among the examinees, among students, is strictly prohibited. So you should not bring with you these things into the exam hall. And next one. So are you allowed to go out before you spend 1 hour, 60 minutes? No. So you are not permitted to leave the exam hall. You are not permitted to leave the exam hall last 15 minutes during the initial 60 minutes and the last 15 minutes. During the initial 1 hour or initial 60 minutes and the last 15 minutes. So you are not permitted to leave the exam hall during the initial 60 minutes and last 15 minutes. Now, okay, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's add 1 or 2 more. It's your duty, okay, that you need to keep the exam hall peaceful. So everyone is required to keep the hall peaceful. Everyone, okay, everyone is required to keep the exam hall peaceful. Okay. Everyone is required to keep the exam hall peaceful. So if you follow these rules, then you can, let's say, take your exam in peaceful situation, environment. Now let's revise once. These are the rules and regulations for examination hall. You can add many more, go on adding, but these are the main one, and I think these are enough from the examination point of view. You are requested to come in time. Everyone should bring the admission card to enter the exam hall. Remember, when you go to take your exam, don't forget to bring your admission card with you. Taking copies, books and any sheet of paper into the hall is restricted, totally restricted. So you can add some intensifying words here. Sorry. Talking to each other is not allowed in the exam hall. So you are restricted, prohibited to talk in the exam hall. And exchange of answer sheets, it's a kind of cheating, okay. And exchange of instruments, maybe drawing instruments like geometry box, etc. among the examinees, among the students is strictly prohibited. And next one, you are not permitted to leave the exam hall during the initial 60 minutes and the last 15 minutes. And finally, everyone is required to keep the exam hall peaceful. You are required to keep the exam hall peaceful. What happens if we disobey these rules? Disobeying the rules may result into the expulsion. So you can add this rule also. If you have copy, if you are copying these points, so you can add disobeying the rules may result into the expulsion of examinees, expulsion of students. So you may be restricted. So you need to follow these rules and regulations. Now my dear students, I want to move ahead. I hope you have copied, you have noted them down and prepare. Just we are helping you to revise the lesson you have already done. Now here I want to add 2-3 topic for you as homework. Okay, as homework to write rules and regulation. So we have done rules and regulation for examination hall, and in our last class we did rules and regulations required for the zoo. Now you can prepare rules and regulations for the exam, for the zoo, for the park, for the bus station, for cinema hall, for library, for playgrounds. And sometimes what happens, suppose you are the principal of your school and write 5 or 6 rules for the teachers, for the students, for the parents. And suppose you are hostel warden and write 6 rules for the hostel, for the students. Okay, and suppose you are class monitor and write 25 rules for your class. Okay, tomorrow you are going to have practical in your science lab. Write any 6 rule for science lab. Okay, you may write rules for your study room, okay, etc. So these are the common things, and please practice writing rules and regulations for these topic. Now I hope I have done something. I have helped you to revise these rules and regulation, obligation and prohibition to some extent. Now I want to draw your attention to another topic now. So another topic, as I have already declared, this is writing instructions. Now let's move to another topic, writing instructions. Writing instructions. Okay. Now this is second type of guided writing for SEE. Let's go ahead. What do you mean by instructions? My dear students, please recall, what do you mean by instructions? Instruction means detailed information on how to do something or how to use something. So instruction means detailed information on how to do something or how to use something. So who do you write instruction to? In our case, let's say if we write instruction in SEE exam, you are writing instruction to pass the exam and mainly for the examiner. And in real life, we write instruction for the people who don't know something on how to do something or how to use something. So for example, we can write instructions about how to do something. For example, how to plant a seed. Now this is the time of planting seeds. You are staying at home, you are helping your parents maybe to plant vegetable seeds, flower seeds. So how to plant vegetable seed, how to plant flower seed, sunflower seed, okay, and how to make rice pudding, how to make tea, how to make black tea, how to make milk tea, how to make lemon tea, like that, how to prepare omelette, okay, how to brush your teeth, how to repair bicycle puncture. These can be topics to write instruction. And remember, a set of instructions are often called recipe. So set of instruction is often called recipe, and a set of instructions may describe a process of repairing bicycle puncture, okay, that is. And if you go to market to buy a branded blouse, you get a recipe with it. So this recipe will help you how to use, how to wash, okay, like this. So process, recipe, okay. So this can be done with writing instructions. So let's talk about certain tips that we need to follow when we write instructions. Tips. When you write instructions, the first thing you should remember is use imperative mood, use imperative sentence. So you need to use imperative sentence when you write instruction. Here imperative sentence means imperative sentence in short always begins with verb 1. Okay, mainly this is verb 1 plus object. For example, can you give one instruction, okay, to do something in imperative mode using imperative sentence? Remember, for example, let's say light the stove. Okay, this is one instruction. If you are ready to cook something, to boil something, you need to light the stove. So this can be one instruction. So this is in imperative mood, imperative sentence. And another, use present tense. If you add some other sentences, the sentences are in present tense. And use very short and simple sentences. Use short and simple sentences. Sometimes what happens, you may be asked to convert the bullet points into paragraph, instruction paragraph. At that time, write short paragraph. Okay, use short and simple sentences or short paragraph. Very short paragraph. So, imperative mood, imperative sentence, present tense, short and simple sentences, and here you need to arrange your points in logical order or chronological order, or at least remember sensible order. Arrange your points, okay, in logical order or at least chronological order. Okay, I use logical order or chronological order. Chronological order. Okay, so when we talked about rules and regulation, even if we don't put some sentences in order, it didn't matter, but here we should follow the order. If we don't follow the order, then the thing that we do, the thing that we are going to prepare may be damaged. Okay, so arrange your points in logical order or chronological order. So chronological order is order according to time. Okay, now use conjunctions. Use conjunctions. What sort of conjunction you need to use here? Use conjunctions, mainly time conjunction. Okay. For example, first, second, next, then, after that, at last, finally, like that. Okay. So conjunctions may be first, second, then, after that, finally, at last, okay. These are the conjunctions that can be used while giving instruction to someone to do something. So, for example, first do this, then do this, after that do this, finally you need to do this, okay, like this. So, use time conjunctions to use or to give instruction. And one more tip, give one instruction in one sentence. So, don't give 2-3 instructions in one sentence, that is confusing. So, only give one instruction in one sentence. Give one instruction in one sentence. Okay. So, that means say one thing in one sentence. Say one thing in one sentence. So, don't combine 2 instructions in one sentence, and use clear description. Use clear description. If something is unclear there, something is let's say confusing, so describe. So use clear description there. You need to describe so that the user, the follower can easily do the thing, can easily use the thing. And remember word choice. Choose words carefully. Choose words carefully. That means don't use jargons. Okay, don't use jargons. Avoid jargons. So avoid writing jargons or technical terms. So jargons may not be understood by certain people. Remember, jargons are certain words, phrases that are familiar to certain group of people and another group of people may not know. So don't use jargon, don't use technical terms. Common people may not know technical terms. So use simple language. I have already told you to use simple languages. So you need to follow these things. And one more. Don't omit the steps. What is this? Don't omit the steps or don't take shortcuts. Don't take shortcut. So if you omit the step, then users or doers may be confused. So mention steps clearly one by one. You need to do this, do this, do this, do this, like that. So if you leave one step, then there comes the problem. So don't leave any steps. And finally, if possible, if we need to mention ingredients, the things required to do something. Okay. Okay. So ingredients should be given at the beginning of writing instruction. Okay. And at the beginning give ingredients, and at the end place warning if possible. Let's say place warning or precaution. Okay. What is warning? So do this, do this, do this, do this, and we complete instruction, and finally remind them that if you do not follow these steps, this can be the problem. Okay. So give let's say top tip. This is top tip. This reminds the users something about what happens when they do not follow the step. So, these are the things we need to remember, okay, to write instructions about to do something and not to do some things. Now, should I go once from the beginning? Remember, we are going to write instructions about how to do something or how to use something. So, use imperative sentence. Always start your sentences with verb 1, but remember, before verb 1 you can use time conjunctions. Okay. So, for example, light the stove. If this is your first instruction, so you can say either light the stove or first light the stove, then do this, after that do this. So, you can do this way, or if you do not use conjunction, you can leave, but better to use. It is better to use them. Okay. Now, let us select one topic and write a set of instruction for this. Have you copied everything? Better to copy, because you may look it after the session is over also. So, let us go to the main topic, writing instruction about something. Okay, let's talk about one current issue. You are at home and this is the time of planting crops, seeds, flower seeds, okay, like that. So, how to plant flower seeds? You are going to help your parents in your yard to plant something. Let's write some instruction on how to plant flower seeds. Planting a flower seed. Planting a flower, okay, seed. Now, first let's start from ingredients. So, what are the things that are required to plant a flower seed? First, mention ingredients. So, what things are required to plant a flower seed? Can you tell me? Maybe soil. If you are going to plant a flower seed, you need soil, fertilizer, a small pot, you need it, a small pot, water, seeds. If you don't prepare seeds, then it's useless. So, seeds, maybe watering can, watering can. Okay, these are the basic things, basic ingredients to plant a flower seed. Now let's go to second. What should be done then? So you have these things, you have collected these things. Now what you need to do first? Now think, remember, think it. What can be done? The first thing, first, did you remember? We have soil, we have fertilizer. Okay, so mix soil and fertilizer if necessary, otherwise soil works. Okay, if your soil is fertile, it's okay. If not, use mix soil and fertilizer as required. Mix soil and fertilizer as mix soil and fertilizer as required. Second, now second instruction or third point, because we have written ingredients in number 1. Okay, then what should be done? Then you need to put soil and fertilizer in the pot, is it? So fill the pot with soil, then fill the pot with soil. How much? To the bottom. Okay, above the level of pot, what? To just below the top. To just below the top of the pot. So fill the pot with soil to just below the top. Okay, remember the process is like you are doing something in vase. Okay, something in vase. Number next, 4. After that, what you need to do? Add a little water to the soil. Add a little water to the soil, is it? And next what you need to do? Put 1 or 2 seeds onto the soil. Put 1 or 2 seeds onto the soil. Okay, onto the soil, and then you need to cover the seeds. Cover the seeds. Cover the seeds with what? Cover the seeds with little more soil. With little more soil. So cover the seeds with little more soil and pour some more water onto the soil. Then pour more water onto the soil, and we have come to the end. Finally, put the pot in a safe place. Let's write finally also. Finally, put the pot in the safe place and remember one thing. So gently remind what the doer needs to remember. Top tip, precaution. So let's say top tip. Can you remember what should be done? Water the soil every day to help your flower grow. Water the soil every day to help your flower grow. Okay, now this is top tip, this is precaution, warning. If you don't water the soil every day, then your flower may not grow. So when we give instruction, we need to place such kind of important point at the end to remind them the problem. Okay, so if we don't do this, then our flower does not grow. So such kind of sentences should be mentioned at the end. Okay, now let's go to another topic. Let's write instruction for another topic. So now it's raining, I think, all over Nepal. So we are feeling a bit cold. So you need to drink tea. Let's prepare black tea. Okay. Preparing black tea. So black tea, milk tea, lemon tea, just one or two steps vary, otherwise the process is similar. So let's do it. Preparing black tea. So when we prepare black tea, what can be the ingredients? Remember, can you remember ingredients for preparing black tea? Okay, now number one, ingredients. So remember, stove, pan, cup, water, tea dust, sugar, and etc. So you need stop, cups, okay, saucepan, simply say pan, water, tea dust, sugar, okay, stove, cup, saucepan, yes, water, tea dust, sugar, and you can add things according to your taste. Now let's go to step. Okay, what you need to do first? First, light the stove. Okay, first light the stove, then put the saucepan onto the oven. Okay, then put the pan on the oven, and after that next put water in the pan, put water in the saucepan. How much water? How much? It depends on how many cups of tea you want to prepare. So, okay, let's say put water in the saucepan. It depends on what? It depends on how many cups of tea you want to prepare. So it depends. The quantity of water depends on how many cups of tea you want to prepare. Now next point, what you need to do? Light the stove, put the saucepan on the oven, put water in the saucepan. The quantity of water depends on how many cups of tea you want to prepare, and then you need to boil the water. Okay, so boil the water, boil it. After your water boils, okay, after that what you need to do? Put some tea dust. Put some tea dust. Okay, after that put some tea dust. So again it depends on how strong tea you want to prepare. It depends on how strong tea you want to okay. After that put some tea dust. It depends on how strong tea you want to prepare. Okay, the quantity depends on how strong you want to prepare, how strong tea you want to prepare. Now, put some sugar. Put some sugar. Again, quantity depends on how sweet you want to make. Finally, boil for 2-3 minutes more. Boil it for 2-3 minutes more. Now your tea is ready. Now your tea is ready. Serve it. Serve it or drink it. So this is how we can make black tea. So if it is milk tea, add milk, okay, insert the step mixing milk. And if it is lemon tea, so maybe you need to put lemon in a bowl here. So you can do this way. So prepare instruction, be ready to write instruction for the exam. Okay, this can be asked in the exam. Now we have come to the end of today's class. So because of time constraint, we cannot move ahead. So maybe if you want to do some exercises, the topic can be preparing rice pudding, making an omelette, repairing bicycle puncture, brushing the teeth, making sandwiches. Okay, these can be topics for further practice. So now we have come to the end of today's class. This is the time to say thank you to you all. I wish to continue the class for a while, but I have been informed that our assigned time is over. Please, my sincere request for you is that don't waste your time in fruitless activities. Do something fruitful, study more and more. Okay, use your free time, provide a little help to your parents because you have some free time this time. Thank you, Waling Television. Thank you, my dear students, for listening, watching. Okay, and finally, thank you, coronavirus, for bringing us together. Namaste.